Hello there everybody, I'm Susan and this here, the noisy one, is Charlie. He might offer his opinion every now and then, but you probably do your best to ignore him. What I'm going to show you today is how to make a very simple ear protector for your face mask. What you'll end up with is something that looks vaguely like this. It's basically a piece of material with two buttons on. It goes behind your head and then you loop your face mask onto the buttons. Like so, and it just stops. I'll take this off, and it just stops the elastic rubbing at the back of your ears, which if you've got them on all day, it can become quite sore. So the first thing you're going to need, I've done two sorts. I've just thrown my glasses on the floor, not these obviously. Two sorts, one with felt and one with a strip of material. They're both made roughly the same way. But for the felt one, you need to start off with two pieces of material that are 16 centimetres by 4 centimetres, or in old money, 6.5 inches by 1.5 inches. The first thing you can do is you can round the edges off, just fold it in half and cut round, and then you can use that as a template for the rest of it. Let's hope I get this right, otherwise I'm going to have an awful lot of pieces of felt this shape. And then place it on your second piece and trim it to match. Okay, so now you've got two pieces with nice rounded edges. The next thing you need to do, obviously you will pin it, is to sew all the way round the edges. You can just do it in a simple running stitch or as fancy a stitch as you like. But before you sew it together, you might want to decorate it. So you just take one piece and do all your decoration. I've just done some simple stitches. You can put sequins on, you can sew loads of buttons on, beads, anything you like, or just leave it plain. When you finish decorating, you put them together and sew all the way round. This one I've used blanket stitch, mainly because I like blanket stitch. And then the last thing to do is sew two buttons on. They can match, they can be totally different. You can even put little wooden toggles on, anything that will hold the elastic. So there you go, a very simple ear protector. Now I'm just going to run through how to do one with fabric because they're a little bit more involved. Again, you start off with your two pieces of fabric, 16 centimetres by 4 centimetres, 6.5 inches by 1.5 inches. Then very neatly, placing them face together very neatly, you just stitch by hand or on machine all the way around. I've just done a very basic running stitch round the two ends and across the top. Next thing is take the pins out, you turn it the right way out, which is easy enough to do because we've left one of the long sides open. There we go. When it's the right way out, just pop a couple of pins in to hold it flat, or if you really want to go mad, get your iron out and iron it flat. But as I'm basically lazy and don't like ironing, I'm pinning it. Once you've pinned it, you fold in. Oh, I don't know if I can show you that very easily. You fold in the edges. You see that? Fold it in. Pin it, and then it will look like this one, with the ends folded in neatly. Then you need to sew all the way across the top. You can either do it again in a neat little running stitch, or you can whip it. You can do even fancy stitches. You could do a row of chain stitches. It really doesn't matter as long as it holds together. Then when you've sewn it, it will look like this, a nice neat little band with no fraying edges. The last thing to do is sew on the buttons. Again, I've used matching buttons. You can use buttons that actually match your fabric. You can do totally wild and wonderful. You can do massive buttons if you wish. Or you could decorate it. It's entirely up to you how you want it to look. What I thought I might do at some point with one of these is cut out a little felt bunny rabbit, or I don't know, a frog, just some sort of little animal, and stitch it on, just for a bit of a laugh. There's so many things you can do with them to personalise them and make them your own. So there you go, how to make ear protectors. See you all again. Bye! And don't forget, stay safe. Say bye, Charlie.